Hello everybody and welcome to my little YouTube channel. This is Pissed Rhino. I'm going to go through some Trx4m stuff. I got a few things I'd like to show you today. A couple mail calls, a couple little tricks and trade secrets, I guess. Alright, so first off, Mega Build's going pretty well. It's going to be getting some finishing touches and hopefully have the axles on today. You see we got the tranny, the motor, the drive shafts, everything's done there. So then obviously all we got to do is connect the two axle housings, front and rear steer. Another thing, so this is the roof of Mega Build. You can see it's Beast Mode RC. So what I do on my builds is I Velcro the receiver and the ESC to the roof. A couple things that does is cleans up all the wires. All you can really see is the battery wire coming down and then the motor wire going up, and everything else is hidden. So you got a super clean setup if you do that. And then the most important thing to me is I don't like to just use the battery for the on-off switch. I like to use the ESC. That way I can leave the battery connected and not have to worry about it. But like on the Ultimate, it's got the push button back here. So when this is installed, all I gotta do is hit the button back here to get it running. Anyway, that's a little trick I do. Instead of mounting everything on top of the transmission or on the plate, which I don't even have a plate on this one, that's by design, because I do this. So it's an easy setup, cleans up your install and makes it easier to access. That's another thing too, is all you got to do to access all your electronics is take the roof off and you've got everything right there. So really easy access. So that's Mega Build. I don't know if I showed you the shocks. These are GPM 80mm. They come with a super soft spring. I'm gonna leave the springs on for now. We'll see how it performs and how the droop sets. I might have to remove the springs. That's what I did on my last build, but I don't know about this one. We'll see. Alright, another little tip is flex blades. Now, the plastic flex blades, the 3D printed ones, are pretty much junk. I've broken every set I've purchased, and I've purchased like 4 sets. So they're junk. These Endura ones are actually really nice. All aluminum. Some nice work done there, nice details. But I don't use them like everybody else. I don't use them for the actual flex blades. As you can see, they come with these little brass inserts. That insert's what it allows this to move, to flex. But I didn't want that, so I mount them without that brass. I mount them, directly in the shock position with the screw. I'll show you better here. So I mount them right where the shocks go, and then I tighten them all the way down so that they're tight and they don't move. And so what that gives me, in the right position, man, this is hard to hold, but in the right position, you can see my shock mount is up above the axle. And so what that allows me to do is when I'm running the mega shocks that don't fit in that area, because this eyelet housing is too big, it actually hits. You can't even get the screw through there. But with this little added on of a flex blade, I can mount my shocks directly to it. One, it aligns them properly, so they're aligned even with the chassis. And two, I've got a great mount for my shock, and I don't have to do anything to it. I can just mount these without the brass inserts, and my shocks mount to that, and then these are stiff, and then the shock just does its job. Another little trick I've done, and I've done this on the last comp build, and then obviously I'm doing it on this comp build. It's not necessary on stock body because I'm not using giant shocks, so it'll just be standard installation. All right, the next thing, here's my LGRP tires mounted on my Trail 5 spokes, Type B. And then I did some anodizing yesterday, and so now my beadlock ring is blue. Used to be the dull gray titanium look, and now I've got this nice shimmering blue. Then on my other set of Trail 5 stars, which I have right here, these are what you need for the Type B beadlock rings from Maz Designs. So I did kind of a gold purple look, something different. And that's the only reason I colored these, is just to make them stand out a little bit. They look great plain, but you know, I have an anodizer, so I figured why not? Let's just anodize them and see what they look like. So I think they both came out great. So now I got 2 sets of wheels, 2 sets of these beadlock rings. I've got some other things coming that are going to be other little tricks of the trade that I'm going to show you on wheels and weights. A lot of guys put BBs in them, a lot of guys put a bunch of stuff in them, but I've got something else coming that I hope will work. It's not really, I guess, not a trick of the trade because I've never done it before, so if it works, it's going to be amazing. So let's hope on that works out, so we'll have some great weight to my wheels and tires, and then everybody can do it. Got another set of the stainless gears. These are going to go in stock body. They're low range, and obviously these are both crawlers, so I want the low range. And in the past, I've had problems keeping gears together, so I thought we might as well spend a little extra money on the budget build and get some good gears in the transmission, so I don't have to replace them every week. What else do I have here? These here they're listed as a lift kit for the Trx-4m. You can buy them 3D printed, but as you know, I've had a lot of problems with 3D printed things, so I stopped buying anything 3D printed. But these are aluminum, so somebody took the idea for the lift kit and made them in aluminum. Now, I was going to use these to mount my shocks, my big shocks. I thought it would work, but as you can see, the shock is wider than the mount, so I can't use them for this. But then I thought, well, Maybe I can use them for something on budget build. If you're looking for the lift kit and you're going to use them on a stock truck, I got these on eBay. I think they're $12, but they are aluminum. So you don't have to worry about your 3D printed plastic piece breaking. And I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, but I have them, and I don't know. We'll see what they look like. My, budget build is a low center of gravity build, so this kind of defeats that purpose. So I might just give these away. If we ever get enough in the group, I have tons of stuff to give away, tons of great stuff. Wheels, tires, all these parts that I buy that are just for trial, but I don't use. I got a ton of stuff, guys. If you can tell your friends, tell your neighbors, get people involved in this little video group, and I'll give away a lot of stuff. It's something I like to do. I love giving back. But if I only have 4 to 5 people watching the videos, it's really a waste of even doing the video. I see some of my videos are up to 78 views, which is still, I don't know, 78's fine for me. I'm not looking for fame and fortune. I'm just looking to help others and show what I do, and then maybe give some stuff away. So, all right, on to the next part. Let me pull out budget build here. You can see its stance. This is with the beast mode chassis. I got it installed. Beast mode low center of gravity chassis. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Let's try and move Mega out of the way. Mega takes up a lot of room since it's all in pieces. Alright, so this chassis, it's amazing what he did. It's got the angle for the geometry of the suspension. He also made it so it lifts the front bumper up. I don't know if you can see that. But this chassis goes upwards, so the front bumper is up. You can still mount your body the same as stock. But it gets that front bumper out of the way a little bit, which is really nice. All the shock mounts, tons of possibilities there. You can see I installed the Endura drive shafts. I had these on a few of my other builds and they weren't great, so I went ahead and put them on. It's not what I'm running on Mega, but they're a good budget friendly drive shaft. But then I got these links. These are the $11 links, and they just move so easily. They're just great. I think these are the best links out. Now, I haven't tried out the Mias on the Mega build, but these budget ones, man, they're great. So what I did is, just in case the Mias links don't work like I want, I bought 2 sets of the, I guess it's JKA Hobby. Yep. And it's brass links. They're threaded. So what I'm going to do is I'll run the rear set on the rear, and then the front I'll run the rear set. But then, since these are fully threaded all along the body, I can just cut down a rear for the front to 61 millimeters, and then I save myself of having to buy a 3rd set, because I have to buy 3 sets for Mega build. I gotta buy the Mias set for the TRX4, then I gotta buy another Mias set for the TRX4 so I can use the rear lower links, and then I have to buy an SCX24 set so I can use the rear links for the upper front links, if that makes sense. But here you can just buy two and make a full set and have a fully extended chassis. So we'll see. Hopefully the Mias work great and I get the flex I want. If not, we'll have to go to these JKA Hobbies. One thing I want to show you is I haven't done anything to this truck. It's got links and it's got the new chassis. It was flexing on 3 tires before the chassis change, and I guess also the link change. And now, if I can get this set up right, it does 4 wheels and, well, 5 wheels basically. It's up on the 5th wheel. I don't have a tire on that wheel, so maybe that would change it, but you know, I've got full, car is fully seated on all 3 corners, all 4 corners. All I gotta do is shave down the bumper like everybody has to do, but if I shave down this bumper and the rear bumper, I'll probably even get a little more flex. Barely, but anyway, that's amazing flex on just a chassis and links. It had normal flex with everything else. I mean, three wheels and tires are pretty much standard for your stock build. To be able to go 5 just by changing out a $45 chassis and $11 link, so that's for $56. I gained 2 more wheels of flex, which is, I don't know, it's unheard of to me. $66 or 56, yeah, $56, 45 and 11. $56 on a $150 truck, and you got flex like half the people aren't able to get. So keep that in mind. 2 purchases, you can have the flex that you want and not have to do everything I do on Mega Build. I mean, Mega Build gets a little more flex, but you know, it's a $1,200 build. This is a $200 build. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, you're getting almost the same amount of flex, but you're still running the brushed motor, which is not great. So I've got a solution for that coming too. I had to order an extra part, actually the pinion gear, to put on my new brushless kit that I bought for this for $26. So a brushless motor and a brushless ESC for $26. Gonna put it on budget build and we're gonna see what it does. Hopefully it works. If it works, this will be a, you know, $250 all in, including the kit. $250. You'd have a brushless system, you'd have major flex, everything you need for $250. And when we're all done, I'll list out the parts list. Yes, this one has shocks, but these are just like $14 shocks off Amazon. And then of course we got the drive shafts, which are $19 or 17 or 19, I can't remember. It's got stock diffs. It's got stock transmission right now. I am gonna upgrade the gears on that, but that's just for me. You don't even have to do any of that. So anyway, I think that's all I got for today. My real Bronco is actually in an RLC truck here in Columbus, Indiana, getting amp side steps, the ones that come down, fold up and down. I've been waiting since October to get these in, and they just finally got them. So I'll have amp steps on my truck. I'm also getting tailgate reinforcement for my spare tire. That way it don't bounce when I'm driving. And I got a sponsorship deal through a company that does lights. So I got a roof light coming for my real truck. 52-inch light, which is huge. But that's on my real truck. This is an RC show, but I just wanted to keep you up to date on the real Bronco too, because it's matching color. Maybe one day in the future I'll make little auto steps for this truck. That'd be cool. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is Pissed Rhino, and I hope we see you next time. Thank you.